Good morning, everyone. Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome to the market follow for today, the 19th of August 2024. We're excited to have you all here. And my name is CJ. I'll be taking you through this market color that is brought to you by Value Flow Trading Team. And we're going to just so you know, it's also powered by our favorite broker, your favorite broker, Okta. Make sure you signed up with them because they're making this available to you for free without paying any dime. Okay, so we're going to be moving straight to today's analysis, and the first thing on our list for today's analysis is the dollar index, and afterwards we'll analyze the euro USD, and then we're going to analyze GBP USD. When we're done with that, we're going to also go into the analysis for gold. We're going to go into analysis for the pound. The pound against the yen, euro against the yen, USD against the yen. That is after we've concluded the yen analysis. All right. So that is what we're going to be doing straight away. So sit tight and enjoy the rest of the program brought to you this morning. So we're starting off with the dollar index analysis. Quite interesting period for the dollar. We've been seeing the dollar losing strength to the downside, selling off continuously, and digging deep as the US elections approaches. We're getting clearer and clearer on the direction of the dollar. Now, apart from seasonal tendencies, which is usually around July to August period, where we see a decline in demand for the dollar, you can see that somewhere around here also, around July, we saw that decline in demand for the dollar, and then it resumed in August. We're seeing that same thing happening around July. There's a decline in the dollar, and then we're expecting any time soon a resumption to happen going forward. Now, if we're looking at what is happening on the dollar index in previous weeks, you can see that it has taken out all the lows to the downside. You can see all these lows, just wiped them off, and now we're seeing the dollar index now seeking for a new area of liquidity. Now, the only area of liquidity left for the dollar index, as you can all see, is this weekly fair value gap right here. I'm going to draw that out now. Okay, so this is the liquidity points next left for the dollar. On the daily time frame, you're going to see some lows around there, but on the weekly time frame, it's just the guy that is left, which is the weekly fair value gap. Okay, so this is what we have on the dollar, and price looks to be approaching that level. As at Asian session, we have seen that price just quickly wicked below that level. All right, so we might be seeing some rejection anytime soon from the dollar index, because we know that once one liquidity has been grabbed, price is going to go ahead to seek another. So most likely we might be seeking liquidity to the upside. All right, so there's some other liquidity from around the upside for the dollar index. So we might see price moving to those levels. We have this guy right here, which is the fair value gap above here. And then we also have this high residing right here, which could serve as point of interest or liquidity points for the dollar index. So for today, I'm expecting that since Asian session had already created this liquidity and tapped into it, we might see dollar index reject a little upwards into either of this direction, thereby maybe creating the low of the week, and then we would possibly see other things that will be formed later this week. Now, if you look at it on the daily time frame, the week has been taken out, price traded into the fair value gap. We might see some rejection back upwards to grab some liquidity above here before finally selling to the downside. Okay. So one of the places I would want to interestingly see the dollar index trade to is here, because we're expecting it to tap this low right here, but it didn't. So that's like creating what we call inducements right around here. So that might happen for the dollar index. Now, the next thing we want to look out for is the intraday trades for the day. Now, looking at the dollar index on the hourly time frame, you're seeing that it's looking like dollar index might be ready for some rejections to the upside. We're seeing buy side and sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiencies forming around here. We might expect to see the dollar index trade up all the way to these levels, starting up from here, which is a fair value gap and an old low, and then into this level right here, fair value gap and the fair value gap all the way upwards. So these are the two levels I'm expecting to see the dollar index trade into today. So I'm big on seeing a bullish dollar index to the upside, okay, to these levels, right? So this is what I'm looking out for. I want to see a rejection of the dollar index to the upside, possibly trading into any of these levels right here, okay? All right, so moving on, Euro USD. Euro USD on the daily time frame, you can see that it's struggling around this daily order block right here. So this is a daily order block, and we're seeing that Euro USD is struggling around that level, whether to come downwards or keep ranging around here. We saw a first rejection around Wednesday last week, and then price went back, pulled back into this level. We might also see another rejection around here, but then price will continue playing around here until it breaks this high before we now be certain that Euro USD is going to make a run for these liquidity points above here, somewhere around 1.111500 levels. Okay, that could be the new liquidity point for Euro USD. If not, we'll be expecting to see some rejections around here. Okay, looking at it on the weekly time frame, last week we saw bullishness on Euro USD all the way to this level right here, which is the daily order block, clearing all these other liquidities residing around here. So we might see some rejection possibly going into the remaining part of this week, at least to some trace levels or some discount levels. If at all it's going to go up, it should give us some discounts before going all the way up, right? Looking at fundamentals, which we're going to take a look at briefly, and the fundamental calendar, there's no much expectation based on fundamentals except for PMIs on Thursday. Apart from that, we're not expecting anything much to happen across board. So we're just expecting normal flows in the market with clear direction on where the market is going to. Okay. So for Euro USD, as we're saying, we're expecting it to trade a little below from where it currently is. On the daily time frame, we're also expecting that. We're expecting a rejection of Euro USD a little to the downside before the continuation back upwards. Okay. So this is our expectation on the daily time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, we're seeing that two things very interestingly on the 4-hour time frame that will help me frame my direction for this week. I want to see if Euro USD is going to close above this high here on the 4-hour time frame. If it's going to close above this high, then I'll be expecting a retracement to continue buying. If it closes above here, I'll wait for a lower time frame retracement to sell it off and then continue buying. But if it doesn't close above this side, then this move to this upside is going to be clearly seen as stop hunt or profit taking, and then we might see Euro USD sell even further. Like I said last week, one of the places I'm big on seeing Euro USD sell to this other block right here. Okay, big on seeing it trade all the way to this other block there. All right, so this is my bias on Euro USD sell off from this level all the way here. And on 1-hour time frame, we can see that price has strongly refused to close above this high. I want to see a very clean close above that high for me to conclude that this high has been broken and we're still bullish on Euro USD. All right, if not, I would be expecting to see further sales on Euro USD to the downside. So this morning I'm big on going short on Euro USD, and the levels I'll be looking to go short from is where price currently is. I'll be expecting lower time frame shift in market structure so that I can continue selling it off. And if that happens, I would want to sell Euro USD all the way downwards, First, at least first off to this level right here. And then now willing to trade further downwards, then I'll be expecting it all the way down here. Okay, so these are the two levels I'm expecting Euro USD to sell to. All right, so that is that for Euro USD. And now over to GBP USD. For GBP USD, let's look at it on the weekly time frame, of course. On the weekly time frame, we're seeing that GBP USD has traded above once again to grab all the diagonal liquidity residing here. Okay, so this is it. Liquidity created by 3 weeks, the highs of the last 3 weeks before last week. Okay, it has gone ahead to take out all the liquidity residing there. That is the diagonal liquidity. Now that it has taken out diagonal liquidity, what next? It's still looking like it's in an uptrend because this is the last buy swing and price has not violated it to the downside yet. Okay, so this is what I mean. Price is still here. This is how I look at the market structure. This is the last buy structure, and until price goes ahead to break this structure, we are still in a bullish trend. So all that happened can be seen as a retracement into the other block to continue buying. Okay, so this is how I see structure. So GBP USD is still bullish on the weekly time frame. If you're looking at this structure to the upside, all right. However, now if we're looking at the structure to the downside, okay, just follow through. This is the last sell structure. This right here is the last sell structure. Okay, and price has not violated this sell structure yet. So this gives me some concern that GBP USD may still be in a sell trend in the long, the higher time frame bias. Okay, we're looking at it from a much higher time frame bias. This is still a sell on GBP USD because this is the last sell structure because there was a clear BOS around here. Price broke this structure and sold off. Now we're seeing all this retracement back to the other block right here, and GBP USD is still within this range. Okay, but however, if you're looking at microstructure, based on microstructure, you can now switch it to the daily time frame. We're seeing that GBP USD has been in a buy trend, and this is the last buy trend. This from here to here, it has refused to break it, right? So for us to know that, okay, we've resumed the sell trend, we resumed the sell trend of the week, of the weekly time frame, we need to see this guy break this low. Okay, we need to see this guy break this low for us to know that we've resumed that trend. If not, we're still in a daily buy trend. Right now, let's look at it on the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour basis, we're still looking at price being that price broke this low, sold off. Okay, this is the 4-hour low. It broke it, right? Sold off. Now, this could be seen as a revisit to this breaker block right here. Okay, so this could be seen as a revisit to this breaker block right here. Now look at it. On the weekly time frame, we are in a very clear and obvious sell trend. On the daily time frame, we're having microstructure that is showing us a buy trend on GBP USD. On the 4-hour time frame, we had a sell trend, and then now we're having a buy trend. But if we want to now merge it up with what we have on the weekly time frame, this could look like a return to this breaker block and a possible good level to sell this guy off. All right. Now, second thing that I want you to also pay attention to is that you can see how GBP USD bought this much and it has taken out liquidity. Now we're seeing buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. This could also mean that GBP USD at any moment from now, so let's still stick to the 4-hour, at any moment from now, we might see some sells all the way to this level right here. Okay, at least a retracement. Now, if we're looking at it from a day trading perspective, at least a retracement to this level here. All right, if we see that retracement to at least this level here, then we can exit and now wait to see what is the next line of action for GBP USD. So this is the reason why I'm looking forward to seeing sell-off on GBP USD all the way to this level right here. Okay, so I hope you understand this, how I was able to frame my bias for a GBP USD sell, starting from the dollar index analysis, euro analysis, and GBP analysis. I hope you all are able to understand how I was able to frame my bias for a short-term sell on GBP USD and also on euro USD, and then a buy for the dollar. Okay. All right, so we would like to know if there are any questions before we take this break. If you have any question, please do feel free to ask your questions in the chat box so that we would attend to it. If you have any contrary opinion or you have a contribution or a comment you want to make, feel free to ask your questions or share your contributions right there in the chat box. We're going to take a very short break, and when we resume, we're going to be analyzing the gold against the dollar, and then we're going to be analyzing the yen basket and other yen pairs, right? Afis says very clear and valuable. Thank you, Mr. CJ Ranks. Thank you very much, Afis, for being around and for also having the same site with what we're having here. Okay. All right. So we're going to go on a short break, and when we return, we're going to have Lakon taking us on gold analysis and the yen analysis. So sit tight and enjoy the rest of the analysis. Cheers, and see you in a few seconds' time.
All right, welcome back to the Market Color brought to you by the Value Flow Trading Team. That was a very insightful analysis from CJ. And like we all know, when CJ gives deep insight like that, just follow and enjoy how the trade plays out profitably. So this is Monday morning again for us to look into the analysis of the precious metal and also the yen basket, what is going on the yen and where are we heading to for the week. So we are going to start with the precious metal this morning. So let's quickly take a look at the precious metal. And it's a great Monday. As we all know, we've seen something new in the market on Friday on the precious metal, and that was a very big insight again when it comes to we seeing what precious metal has been doing. So looking at the charts now, we've seen that on our daily time. Let's start from the weekly time frame for the precious metal. We've seen that the overall move for precious metals since, sometimes 20. I believe you can all see my screen now. Please, can you all see my screen? Let me know in the chat box if you can see my screen. All right. Okay. Thank you. So we've been seeing a level of rallying in the precious metal since 2022, and you can see price not really come back to where it left for a very long while since 2022. So this morning we'll be looking at where exactly are we heading to, because last week we saw price creating a new high, and this has been where we've been anticipating price to get to. If you remember, sometimes last year, December, when we discovered the rally on the precious metal from this level. Yes, somewhere exactly last year, October, from this level, the prediction is precious metal coming to around the 2,400, 2,500 level. But last week, we saw it get to the 2,500 level, which is, it creates another all-time high that we've not seen before on the precious metal. So it gets to the 2005 level, and we can see what, as CJ already analyzed, what is going on the dollar index. That should give us an insight of what we should be expecting for the precious metal after this long buy that we've seen here. Then we should pull back, and even if it's going to continue its buy all the way to the upside, we need to see some level of pullback. And like we all know that people are now, and speculating what is really going to happen to the other safe haven. And as we also have insight that, well, if there is a, fear of what's really going on, then people begin to hedge with gold, begin to buy gold and keep. All right, so let's quickly look into that. Okay, so let's look at it on the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, today opens to be a bearish candle, as we all see. And if you are on our email list, we sent out a mail earlier yesterday, yesterday evening rather, we sent out a mail that today and into this week, we are going to see some level of, a little push to the upside on the precious metal. Then the overall move that we are expecting for this week is a sell of the precious metal, meaning it should sell all the way, like close all this gap. If we go to lower time frame, we are going to say that we are going to see where the POI is. But I am still of the opinion that if we are looking at it from the daily time frame, this is what we see on the precious metal moving forward, this week. We see something like this, and even it can come all the way to clear liquidity around this particular level here. But we are going to confirm that move when we get to the lower time frame. Now, for the daily time frame, we can see that though price has broken out of this long range to the upside, but it's not with a full momentum. However, if we come to 4-hour time frame, it becomes much more clearer on the 4-hour time frame. So this is the 4-hour time frame. This is where we are expecting price to, pull back into at least this particular 4-hour order block. If this is going to happen, we should see something like this happen on the precious metal. Yes, something like this. So we just see high creating the eye of the week, then price push all the way back down into this order block. I know you pretty well that this week we are expecting at least to see some level of momentum in the dollar to the upside, dollar buy. And if that is happening, we are going to see the precious metal sell into this particular zone, as this is the first zone we are expecting to set into this order block that we are seeing here. This is the first one, or price. You can see something like a shoulder pattern is here already. Look at this. It becomes clearer when you go to the lower time frame. So this, you can see this low. This is more of a sweep, and we see this sharpening to the downside to clear this low and the break to the upside. So we are expecting price to come and clear this place first, then get to this shoulder that we are seeing somewhere around this place. This is going to be a very good move for us if price can do that. All right, so just sell first. We are going to see price reaction at this 4-hour order block. Then we can now see price come all the way again into this shoulder, then pick the move back up again if it's going to pull back. But we are definitely going to see some price reaction at this 4-hour order block and at this shoulder. Now, if price gets there and just break a little bit up, then to lap down again, that's another clear move. But that depends on what we are going to see on the dollar this week. So let's look at it on the 1-hour time frame. If you check the 1-hour time frame, good. You are going to see that the structure becomes more clearer on the 1-hour time frame. Now, you can see this is the low. We can see this sweep of the beat, and we can see the possible break to the upside. So we've seen the clear bot strategy on the 1-hour time frame, meaning when price comes all the way, we want to see the short here. So you'll be looking for a short entry somewhere here, particularly on the lower time frame, let's say 15, 5 minutes. When you see entry for short here, then we are selling it all the way into that 4-hour order block, and also that may be our best TP, that 4-hour order block, when we begin to see price reaction there. But the overall should be at this particular shoulder here, because price is still coming to test this shoulder here before it moves back up if it's going to go up again. All right, so that is what we are expecting to happen this week. And it can be so funny that all these moves that we are waiting to see for the week may happen in just 1 day or 2 days. That's the precious metal for you. All right, so let's quickly check 15 minutes if there is any entry here on 15 minutes. So looking at it now, we've not seen our clear entry on the 15 minutes time frame. We've not seen our clear entry. So you just wait till you see your clear break of market structure, or the shoulder pattern, the bus pattern. When you see the bus pattern, then you can easily take your trade and follow it down to our POI. All right, now this is 5 minutes. If you want to go lower, then you are looking at it to go lower. Then on 5 minutes, there's nothing much there. Price is just it. And remember, today being Monday, we may just see price everywhere. We just be to some extent very quiet day. But moving into tomorrow, particularly from the Asian session, and that's what I've observed for some weeks now on the precious metal. If you are going to do some strong thing in the market, you get to see it during the Asian session, then we move in through the London session too. So look out for that. If today happens to be a very quiet day, then you may want to trade the Asian session, or you join the London session tomorrow, Tuesday. So for the precious metal, we've seen where our POI is right from the 4-hour time frame. We'll look for sell opportunities around this zone here. And when we enter our sell opportunity, we are going to upload first at the 4-hour order block, then at this particular shoulder, which becomes more clearer on the 1-hour time frame. So that is what we are looking out for the precious metal this week. So let's quickly get to Japan and see what is really going on with the yen basket. All right, on the yen basket, we are going to see that after the long is very long, like you can see it, how we drew the Fibonacci there, that long is very long. And after that, remember last week, our prediction for last week, our analysis rather for last week is we are expecting the yen basket to short, and it really did that into our POI. You can see our POI here. That is very, very clear. You can see it here, which is this particular shoulder that failed. So price came all the way into that shoulder, and you can see what really happened there. This is the shoulder here. That was where price came into and begins to push up. However, I am still of the opinion that we may see a last leg push a bit to this 50% fib level, or if price has made that turn that we are seeing here, then we follow it all the way to the upside. But if you still see sell structure, then price is definitely coming to the 50% fib level, which also have a flip zone at this particular level. You can see it is strong support resistance. Now we expect it to be a support. All right, so that is what we are looking at for the yen basket. Now, if you go to the 4-hour time frame, you are going to see that yes, it has been coming gradually, and is gathering momentum somewhere around this place. But this is that POI that we mark, and inside that POI, you can see this very strong guy here. So when price gets to this particular level, which is also a flip zone with this doji inside of it, then we expect price to resume its full force for the bullish trend all the way to the upside. All right. Now, after that, let's quickly look at it on the 1-hour time frame. What's really going on in the yen on the yen basket? Now, you can see the first move of the yen basket during the Asian session. You can see how that moved all the way to the top. Now, like we always say that sometimes during the Asian session, it's as if the market knows that Nigerians will be sleeping by that time. However, the night crawler, you are going to see that happening. All right. So on the 1-hour time frame, we've seen how price is trying to push all the way to the upside. However, remember for the 4-hour and the daily time frame where our POI is. And as we all know that the lower time frame makes up the higher time frame. However, the higher time frame controls the lower time frame. So the overall move is still buy for the yen basket, but let price get to our 50% flip level and also that flip zone, then we can easily follow through. Now, if this is what is going on the yen basket, what do we expect on the other yen correlated pairs for GJ, UJ, EJ, AJ, CJ? I don't mean CJ Odogo or VFG. I mean CAD JPY. All right, so let's quickly take a look at GJ, the British pound versus the Japanese yen. All right, let's look at it from the daily time frame. You see from daily time frame, remember on Friday we said we expect some level of price reaction here, which is a sell all the way to the downside. I let it pull back a bit because of the roadblock that is currently here. You can see this more of a breaker here, a breaker block here. So we expect price to react from there. And at the same time, it's a flip zone at that particular level, knowing fully well where the yen basket also gets to, and we expect it to make that U-turn back up again. So we should see that happen here at this particular point. So that's our prediction for Friday, that we expect price to come all the way down. And you can see, even though there's not much momentum on Friday for the GPY sell. However, today, the opening of the market, you can see our price really push all the way to the downside. But looking pretty well, what we are still expecting on the yen basket If that is not the resumption of the bullish trend for the yen basket, then we still expect the GBP JPY to stay push a little bit up to cover all this void, not to fill all this void, but at least you see where we mark here this particular flip zone here. If you go to the lower time frame, particularly on the 4-hour time frame, you are going to see great. You can see that particular zone is the flip zone there and the other block. Like we have it on the yen basket, so often we have it on here too. And if you look across all the yen pairs, you are going to see something similar like this on the other yen pair. So that is what we should be expecting for GJ. Now, moving forward today on GJ, let's check 1 hour time frame, what exactly would be happening there. Now, if you see it today, on Friday was a very, slow day for GJ. However, you see the breakdown today, GJ. So we may see some level of price reaction when price gets here for GJ today. First at this flip zone. Now we may see some level of price reaction at this flip zone first, or when price come all the way, it may come to this particular eye of the day. Just clear the eye of the day and pick its direction. But remember that on the 4-hour time frame, there's actually a POI, which is that flip zone that we are seeing on the 4-hour, where we still expect price to get to if the yen basket is going to go all the way to our 50% peak level. So what you should now do, so you won't get confused, is go to your lower time frame, 15-minute time frame, to see what exactly is going on there on the 15-minute time frame. And 15-minute time frame, you can see that price really has broken down. However, remember where POI is on the 4-hour time frame, so we may still see price push all the way to that level. But if you go to the 5-minute time frame, are we seeing a false pattern on the 5 minutes for the buy, or what exactly can you see? Now on the 5-minute time frame, we've not seen a clear pattern there. Instead, we see a double bottom there, and whenever price builds something like this, we all know what should happen next for price to come all the way, clear it out, then pick a direction. So just be mindful of this low, that price may still come all the way to clear this low before picking a clear direction it's going. And like we all know, Mondays used to be a very quiet day in the market, particularly after the Asian session. So you may want to, watch out for what exactly is going on and see your entry pattern before you take any trade execution. Now, a quick look at AJ before we call it a day today. Now, like we can see, AJ also has the same pattern. Now, you'll see what we are seeing for GJ. Look at GJ. GJ has its own double bottom there, and AJ is telling us that price is still coming, but it may not break that bottom. Meaning, the best pair I would look out to trade is AJ. Now, what would that be? This is going to be the entry that you may just give a short to. All right, so this is it here, somewhere around this place. So price may come all the way, tap into this place, then give it a shot and allow price to run. Just put your entry somewhere around this place and follow through. Your SL will be somewhere here. That's like less than 30 pips. So somewhere here. That's it, yeah, 25 pips SL, and your TP just, where would your TP be? You may just target the eye of the day. Good, all right, so that may be the TP. That's it there. So you may give this a shot for the day. This is just for AUD JPY. Now you can see it now. That is even confirming the move that we are expecting for GJ. And then GJ, if GJ is coming to clear the bottom there, then this guy should come. When this guy gets here, you can just check like the forex performance, currency performance, yes, where we see which of the currency has more of the momentum there. So when you get to the currency performance, then you can easily get to see which of the currency is best for you to trade. However, since we are seeing your entry pattern here on the AUD JPY, you may want to do the short for the opening of the week, and that is going to be for today. So if there is any question or comment, you can easily type in the chat box. Let's quickly address it before we call it a day. Oh, good morning, Alabimai. Good morning. Good morning. Good to see you too. Like I said, when we met yesterday, good to see you. All right, Victor, thank you. Victor said, thanks to the team and the head of the team for the diligence. God bless you all. Thank you for also showing up. God bless you too. If you are not here, we won't be here. Thank you for showing up too. All right. So if there's any question, please you can easily type in the chat box. And remember, our ATM cash flow training is starting on Wednesday. Now, that is what you can also add to your archive too. If you are a trader, you trade synthetic, you trade currency, you cast your eggs, don't put everything in one basket, put it across board. All right. So as you are trading synthetic, you're also trading currency and getting the best of it both. All right. So you get to see that as fast as possible. So synthetic is a very good one. If you want to, if you are the type that love to eat your daily bread, you can always get it on synthetic. Currency may not guarantee if you are going to eat your daily bread. Currency may be a kind of seasonal kind of food. You know what I mean now? But synthetic is very sure you get that plain and clear. Thank you, Bola. Thank you. All right. Please don't lie. Is this session on YouTube? It should be. It should be on YouTube. And if not, you will have the correct version of it. All right. So till we meet again this afternoon by 3 p.m. Make sure you trade cautiously and use your proper risk management strategy. All right. Oh, good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. Don't go yet. We have boss around. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Lekon. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning,
Great job
sir.
again, Lekon. Good morning, everyone. I just wanted to flag it to us, those of us who are actively watching the charts. The markets may be very quiet for a bit. This is because there have been very many major moves. Gold has done all-time high. Yen pairs did 900, 700 pips. So stocks, global stocks too, did a massive sell-off. So from an institutional perspective, if you were an institutional trader, if you were a bank trader or a hedge fund trader, the last 1 month would have been, if you're on the right side of trades, what do you think would have happened to you in the last 1 month in terms of profits? Profits for the whole year, what do you think would have happened in the last 30 days, 30 to 40 days, if you were a bank trader? You probably would be pretty much done. And we're approaching the holiday seasons. By holiday seasons, I don't mean like public holidays or Christmas holidays. I mean, this is the time when some of the hedge fund guys take their vacations. You see them going to Formula One races. You see them going for tennis championships. You see them going for yachting in Spain. That's how they live. So moves will be the market will have to breathe for a while. The market will have to breathe for a while. So those heavy duty moves, we have to have serious interest rate decisions. And most of those interest rate decisions, check the calendar. I won't let you know when. Those of you who have been checking, you can let us know when the major interest rate decisions will be coming out. Because what we're having now gradually is a central bank monetary policy divergence move. Monetary policy divergence move. That's what is happening now. Most people versus the yen. But that monetary policy divergence, before it will pick up steam, it will be when interest rate announcements are coming out. So what you saw now was the initial reaction of the market. The initial reaction of the market to interest rate divergence between the Bank of Japan and other central banks, between the Bank of Japan and other central banks. So some people with the yen pair, they are already in their move. You know the way we were saying since yen basket, that we expect it to rise. We expect a sharp drop in JPY. How many of you remember that I was saying that for a while, that especially CHF JPY, that's the indicator, because that was the first currency pair to have the central bank, one central bank increasing rates and the other central bank reducing rates. So some people are already in that trade. Let's see yen pairs. Some people are already in that trade, and they planned to exactly 2 months ago into now, and I kept saying, and it looked like this thing will not happen, this thing will not happen. You have to understand that institutionals, they take time to enter the market. They accumulate for a long time. So now, so if you can see Yen Basket on the daily or weekly, so now they're already in. The early bird, the early traders are in. That's the first leg. The guys that make this market, they're already in. So what will happen now is, as more interest rate decisions, exactly, that's it there, right? CHF JPY. That was the first one to give us a clear monetary policy divergence all the way. And it has done 1,000 pips. It has done 1,000 pips straight. So the big boys are already in the trade. Now that they're already in the trade, they still need to accumulate more positions. So is as more central bank monetary policy decisions are coming out, you will see them load again. Come out, load. Come out, load. When there's nothing, they accumulate. Load, load, load. So have this in mind and know that they'll be on holidays, so the market may be slow for a bit. It may be slow for a bit before the market now starts doing what it really wants to do. All right. So I'm just saying this is a good time for us to start checking what's happening on interest rate decisions. This is a good time to start checking which central bank is actively increasing rates and which one is actively decreasing rates, and to keep following those trades over the long term. Now, in the short term, this analysis of our points of interest, fair value gaps, flip zones, box pattern failures, this is a good place to keep entry, but have an idea of what's happening in the overall picture, which is that central bank monetary policy divergence is looking like that's the theme. And any interest rate decision will just be an opportunity to provide liquidity for that theme to be further established. So any trade they've taken, any central bank monetary policy decision that supports it, it will be an opportunity for them to load more and load more and load more. Let's see this on the monthly. Put it on the monthly. Monthly. on the monthly. Okay. Do you see what happened? You see this sharp move that started all the way from 2019 into 2021. You see how they ranged for a while from 2019 to 2021. It was just a range. Then, when there was clear-cut central bank policy and monetary policy decision, what now happened? A break to the upside, a retest, and then what now happened? They've all entered their position. Boom, one way. So now we are thinking this may be the start of a reversal. So you will see that sluggishness. Just know what wants to happen. That's a 4-year trend. This may be the start of the opposite direction. All right. So I'm using these opportunities because these are things you don't really see that often in the market. Like someone during 2019 or 2021 will say, yen pairs can never move more than 250 pips, no matter what. You were not there to understand the whole picture. Now it has shown you it can do 7,000 pips in 3 years. All right. So just use this as your learning curves, as your learning points to understand what's going on in the markets. All right. That being said, gold has hit an all-time high. I won't be surprised to see some profit taking for gold to come back down a bit. All right. So please stay focused on, okay, yes, that's gold there. It just broke through a support. You can see the different support levels it broke to. Now it's in a round number figure of 2504. Look at that fat fair value gap. That fat fair value gap. You can see it there. And do you see that flip zone? That flip zone. Exactly. Do you see that other block? Do you see that box pattern failure? So we may see some profit taking back into those levels before price now decides to resume to the upside. All right. So just have an idea on the big picture and be patient so that when those moves now come, you can catch those moves. A trader is not someone who trades every day necessarily. A trader is someone who watches what the market is doing every day and takes his trades once in a while. All right. the less you trade, the far just do this morning color session so you have an idea. Over to you. All right, over to you, Lekon. Thank you.
All right, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. So you see, you all see the benefit of always waiting to the end of market color now. I know if someone has run away now, he or she has missed this particular aspect. All right, to meet again by 3 p.m. Make sure you trade cautiously and use your proper risk management strategy. See you by 3 p.m. Cheers and God bless.